Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are watching out What If Europe Recolonized the World, Episode 8. This episode we saw a lot of expansion and wars happen. We see all of Australia getting colonized, finished. We saw Antarctica getting divided again, getting more carved up. And we saw a war between Spain and Portugal, which I think I kind of messed up here, which I'm pretty sure France was supposed to have all of this. Pretty sure Portugal had all of this, and Spain was supposed to have the Balearic Islands, but I think that kind of got messed up. So hold on, let me fix that up real quick. It was supposed to look something like that. I can remember it correctly. Alright, so let's focus up on Antarctica, which is gonna be fully carved up. So the British claim this northern area right here. The rest goes over to this. I don't know what colony this is. I think this might be Portugal. I don't remember. But we see this colony expanding up here. Same thing for this one. Kind of like just goes along right here, connects up to here, and just makes this area here. Oh, we also see this part, this colony, also expanding its claim. Connecting it up to here. And this colony claims this area as its own. Which I'm pretty sure it was from here. So now we can just carve it up. So this this and finally this. This is this area. And now all of this. This. Some weird borders over here. What can I say? It's colonization for you. Let's get to our first war. This time it's between France and Turkey. The one who made the move is the Turks, obviously. They they begin to invade all of this. Taking a lot of French land. Even capturing this part of the French colony. When this happens, France is like, you're getting pushed back heavily. And we see the French and everyone that surrounds the Turks begin to invade them. Pretty sure this is a German colony. This is gonna be the British and the Germans and the Portuguese. And the French as well, obviously. Because they're the ones who just got invaded. And also Germany. And Russia as well. We see that all of this gets taken by France. And Germany begins to move into the Balkans along with France. They go down and capture Greece. And meet up with Russian troops. They manage to capture Crete. Taking over Istanbul. And in the colony we see the French just taking a lot of the land here along their border. And beginning to move along the coast. They cut Turkey into two. And now the invading forces will begin to rapidly advance through the Turkish colony here. Going all the way to this little part of Portugal, meeting up with them, and encircling a lot of this area. That was a war tactic. We see this area getting captured and occupied. We also see the Germans working with the Portuguese over here, trying to capture as much land as possible. And, yeah, it's working pretty well. As we see the forces just, like, blasting through this area. Now all that's left is the mainland. German and French forces sweep in, capture the Black Sea coast of Turkey, capture Cyprus, and invade into the Suez and the Sinai Peninsula, cutting access to the Red Sea for the Turks. And what's worse is the Red Sea gets captured by the invading forces, and eventually only mainland Turkey remains, with Ankara under siege. We see all of their coastal access get completely cut off, and eventually Turkey just falls completely. Now we can go ahead and take a look at this peace treaty. In this massive peace treaty, oh god, we're gonna see some ugly borders, aren't we? The British and Germans make an agreement to split it like this. That is ugly. Also, the Germans take a lot of this Red Sea coast. Making a nice little colony here. Little Red Sea colony. Portugal will take over this area over here, connecting up their colony right here to this one. We see France taking a majority of this colony, which will look something like this. And the British also take this over and also capture a lot of this area for themselves. The British can begin to take over this area and eventually bleed right into here, capturing all of this area. We also see the Germans taking over a majority of the Balkans. And the rest of this will go over to Portugal, right here in Africa. And the rest of this is gonna go over to Russia. Boy, I'm gonna have to shrink this down a lot. That's an ugly border. Portugal has a massive colony now. Now we begin, no, now we can take a look at another war. This time, it's between the Portuguese and the French. The Portuguese are the attacker. They invade into um this French area of Spain and capture it with relative ease and begin to capture some of their African area. And also, over here, we can see that Portugal begins to invade this area too. And they also invade into this part of Australia. I'm pretty sure this is Portugal right here, I think. Yeah. Then I think this was France. Don't remember, but yeah. This is getting invaded by Portugal. And I'm pretty sure this might be France right here. I'm pretty sure these two areas are German. So Portugal sends their boat, their navy, and lands over here in this part of France, in Antarctica. But, it's a big mistake because France just pushes them back completely. And they begin to take all of their country over here in Europe. We also see France pushing into their colony over here in Africa. Don't know why I just stuttered. And begins sweeping down the coast. Pretty sure Portugal's just right here. And this might be France. So we see these forces getting knocked out. We even see this part of Portugal getting invaded by these areas. I'm pretty sure this might be the British. And the French are right here too, I guess. I guess they could have went that way, but I don't remember. But we see Germany also invading this area. Completely knocking Portugal out of this. And we see this part of Portugal's colony getting invaded and occupied. We see Germany and France working together over here. And Germany also gets all of this. The British make a landing here, along this coast, and work with the Germans and the French to capture this colony. In which they do. Right here we see that the British are making a move over here, aiming to cut Portugal in half in their colony. They're forming like a spearhead, working with the French to cut them in half. And also with the Germans. We're also invading this area. Managing to capture this lake. And invading from their area over here. Connecting this up. And they'll also work to completely cut this area up. Also, they managed to take over this and complete the encirclement of this area. Cutting Portugal into two, allowing for these forces to capture this with relative ease. And we also see the British doing a little bit of invading on this area. And the Germans make a landing here as well. And we see this area of Portugal getting cut off from this, and this also falls. And we see the forces just finishing this off over here. Going along the coast and meeting up with the French over here. And they begin a sweep across this colony, which is completely landlocked. And there we go. There's that area, and then this area gets invaded. And now we see these colonies working for the Europeans, invading into this Portuguese colony. And now we can see the peace, this massive peace treaty. Alright. So we're starting off over here in Australia, where we see this French colony taking this area. Pretty sure this might be the Germans. I think this is also the French. But the Germans take this. The French take all of this. And the British take the rest. We see this getting divided up by, I think, France, Germany, and the British. I think this also might be the British. So the British take this. No, wait, that's the Germans. No, this is the Germans. So who's this? God, I forgot. But we see France taking over this. I guess this could be France as well. And this is also Germany. I do not remember. I know what this is. Oh wait, that's not right. This is it. There we go. We see the Germans connecting up to this area. Their claim right here. And also making another large colony all the way along here. We see the British take over this area, but France has this area under their control. The rest of this Portuguese colony goes over to France. Actually, I think this might have been... No, we'll just say it's France as well. Oh wait, I forgot to do about putting this land over here. There we go. Oh, wait. There we go. That's better. Alright, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'll make sure to leave a like and comment what you want to see next. Goodbye.